Okay, let's see. Okay. So, can you see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it right now.
Okay, let's see. So, Yasuo against Malzahar. Okay. So, first of all, what do you think about this matchup?
I think it's. It's favorable for Yasuo pre 6, and then it depends. His ult is pretty annoying, but if you get ahead pre 6, I think you can kill him, or
Mm-hmm.
if he messes up.
Right. Okay. So, since I'm not a Yasuo main, I won't talk too much about mechanics or combos and things like that because it's not
All
my
right.
area of expertise, right?
No problem. I think my mechanics are pretty good
Okay.
because
So,
I was reviewed a couple of times, and I was told they are good. It's just the macro I have to worry about.
okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so if you look at the map right now, what do you see that's important?
I see my jungle getting leashed and bot lane going to bot.
Okay, what else? What about the enemy bot lane?
They are not there.
Okay, so if they are
The
not
jungler
here,
started red.
right. So this is information, right?
Yes.
So we know that most likely Olaf is around here, right?
Yeah.
Do you track this every game?
No. To be honest, no.
Okay, so we have one thing to point out right here. Okay, so we have jungle tracking, right?
All right.
So in every game, it's very important that that you track the jungle for at least for the first 3 minutes, because if we know that Olaf is over here, we can think about where he's going to be in the next 2 minutes, right? The same thing goes for our jungler. So, for example, let's say that Olaf is not likely to gank level 2, right?
Right.
So we can assume that he's not going to do something crazy like this. It's very rare that he do something like this. But
Yeah. He's
what
going to go top side and probably gank from top side.
right, he's most likely do something like this, right?
Yeah. So I should ward the top side at around third minute mark, right?
Like around, let's say, 2:30 to 3 minutes. It's a good
All
timing
right.
to work because around 3 minutes, he's going to show up, right? But in between this window, you will have an opportunity where you don't lose any CS, right? So around this timestamps, you want to be warding where the enemy jungler will be, which will be something around here, right? So you can place a ward over
Miss
here.
any CS between this window.
Sorry,
Why I won't miss any CS between the window?
I mean, um, if you think that you have to ward at 3 minutes, I mean that's good, right? But maybe you will have to farm CS in that time, right? So I like to say to the students that they should look for a ward in between this time, between
Ah,
2:30
okay.
and 3 minutes.
All right, I get.
The important thing it's the ward is placed before Olaf is nearby, so you don't bump into him.
All right.
All right. Yeah. And also the thing.
Chance I won't ward there.
Sorry.
There is a good chance I won't ward there in
Oh.
this match.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because I'm not really I just like I said at the beginning, I don't usually track the jungler.
Okay. So from now on, you
Yeah.
should. I mean, you can set an objective from now on that's tracking the jungler for the first 3 minutes at least for the
All
next
right.
10 games, right? Make
Oh,
that your goal, and if you manage to do that without losing focus on your lane, you are going to get better. Yeah, because
right.
right now you're paying attention to the lane basically with
Yeah.
100% of your attention, right? But what about everything else outside? This is this
I
is
mean, I am looking at the map, but yeah, but I don't think about when and where to ward.
yeah. That's probably because you're looking what's going on right now, but
Yeah.
you're not thinking ahead enough. Like
Yeah.
you
I
know
think
that
that,
bot lane is here, your jungler is here, and
yeah.
your top side is here, and this guy is here. But what about Olaf? Do you know if he's here or not? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a goal you can set for yourself. Track the enemy jungler for
Um,
the first 3 minutes, at least, for your next games.
all right.
Okay, so we get level 2, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, so now we are getting closer to a very important time because we are reaching 2:30, right?
Yeah.
Here comes the third wave. So usually what happens here is um, if you are in this spot, like on this area of the lane,
Right now, yeah.
you're exposed, right?
Yeah.
So we usually want to avoid this and make the enemy be on our side of the lane so we can
Yeah.
chase and he can be camped, right? This is like
Yeah.
the usual mistake, like in this time of the game, right? So
All right.
what can we do here? What do you think we can do here to be safe?
Uh, hmm. I don't know.
Any ideas? Like something?
I mean, I could try to bounce the wave into the tower and back off,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if I have enough time for that right now.
All right. So the problem is we don't know where Olaf is right now, right? We
Right.
talked earlier that if we track the jungler, we will know that he's probably around top side, right? So in these spots where you will end up a lot, you have to think about, okay, can I push the wave safely or not before something happens, right? So so if the answer is yes, because if I have the firepower to push this, right? Okay, I do it. So I will be back safely, right? And the wave
Yeah.
will bounce, etc. Right? But if the answer is no, because I'm too scared of the jungler, it will be a good timing to go and place a ward. So the way we do that is we kill these two minions so we don't lose anything, right? We
And go back to work. Yeah.
Right, we go here, right, and we place the ward around here, which will cover this entrance, right? Which
Yeah.
is the most dangerous one. So then we will know if Olaf comes, and if he comes, we can back off to this spot, right? For here,
Yeah.
like over here. And if he don't, we can crush the wave, right? And then it
Yeah.
bounces back, right? Now let's see what you do. That's what I would do right here. Okay, so here over here, Malzahar made a little mistake because he started to push to you. So this is good for you because if he overextends onto this spot, he will be overextended and you will be able to chase, right? And most
Yeah.
importantly, you won't be able to be ganked, but he will, right? So let's continue watching. The important thing is that you don't get poked out and don't get shoved into your turret, right? So you have to prevent the wave to crashing into your turret and try to retain it over here. So every
Yeah.
time you have your third Q, you will look for good trades, right? Going in with E and then out. That will be like my idea in this
All
spot.
right.
So we are preventing him to reset the wave, um, and we are making very easily for Kha'Zix to gank. Yeah, nice, good. That one nice. Was nice. Okay, let's back off a little bit. Okay, let's see this. So the trade is good, right? We waste his flash. We back. Uh, Here you can win wall his axe, so he doesn't reach it again. But I mean the flash is fine. But
Q. Oh.
for a future reference, if Olaf
Yeah.
throws his Q,
If use Ghost, I think I could just windwall the axe and run, but he
yeah,
used Ghost, so
yeah. But anyways, if he throws his axe, his Q, you win wall and he lose his axe, so he is not able to throw it again, right?
it's completely.
Sorry.
It doesn't it stop before the windwall?
Yep. Because it's a projectile. I think it destroys it, if I'm not mistaken. So
Uh, I
if
don't know, to be
I'm not
honest,
sure, but I think it destroyed the
because some
axe.
projectiles just stop before the windwall.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Oriana Ball stops, for example, but I think Olaf Axes just get destroyed. I'm not sure, 100%. Okay, so our first death, right? Now let's think.
Yeah,
Let's think. Why did we die here? So we get ganked,
I
right?
did,
We got ganked.
I didn't have vision on the bot side.
Okay. So we know that Olaf is around bot side, most likely on Crab, because Crab is up, right? We have our
Yeah,
Kha'Zix, and the wave is on our side, right? This guy
yeah,
doesn't have flash and doesn't have mana, so if he stays, we can go in with Kha'Zix and we kill him easily, right?
yeah,
Now, if he wants to back, we would like to prevent that back so he stays with low mana, right? But we
yeah,
have to be careful because Olaf can come from here, right? And it's not worth to die for that. So here, let's see. Okay, you prevent the back. And now we have to stay over here because we don't know where Olaf is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we don't have information, we have to assume that he's around here and play around that. We don't know where he is. Okay, so you can go in if you can get out. If you don't know where Olaf is, that's basically my thought process when I'm on this kind of situation. That happens very regularly. So there's no rush into going into Malzahar because he's very low on mana and the wave is on the middle, right? So the wave is going to either stay here or go towards you. So that's good for you, right? It makes you safe. And since Malzahar doesn't know where Kasich is, he will be afraid. It's the same thing as you, but you have
Yeah, but
flight. I mean, you
he
don't.
can just
Yeah, sorry.
back
Yeah,
if the wave comes to me.
yeah. If it comes to you, he will have to back, right? And TP back. That's the thing. Like to fix the problem that he's low on mana, right? So that's the only viable option for him. But the thing is if you go in, you don't know where Olaf is. So you can get collapsed on. And that's too dangerous. Yeah? Like this, you see? Now, this is how can this be fixed? Is just assume that Olaf is around, because Malzahar needs help to get out of this situation because he has no mana. If he doesn't get help, you're winning because he will have a harder time on the lane. You can poke him out with tornadoes, basically. Okay, so far, the main problem is tracking the enemy jungler and respecting him. Yeah.
I mean, if I just had vision there, it wouldn't be a problem. But I just forgot to place a ward, right?
Yeah, that's also true because you didn't place your wards until this point, right?
Yeah.
You haven't placed a ward. So another option is like um, like over here when you get ganked. I think here it is, or no?
Now I should just go and place a ward there. I know.
Yeah. Okay, so after you get ganked, right? We know that Kha'Zix is top. He's going to look for the scuttle. Olaf will do the same thing, right? So if you want to be more safe, right, you can place your ward here, for example, right?
Yeah.
And that will give you a little bit of time to react if Olaf comes, right? Plus all the things that I told you about the wave, right? Because if you maintain the wave on the middle, it's fine. The only problem is Olaf position, basically. So yeah, so far we see that number one, you have to jungle tracking, have to do some jungle tracking, right? Until 3 minutes at least, right? Based on where the enemy jungler started, right? That's one thing. The other thing is placing your wards accordingly to point 1, right? So if you know where the jungler is, you will know how to ward around it, right? Now, if you have all of this information, this will let you play more aggressively, or let's say play correctly. Let's call it good slash safe plays, right? Because if you go for the trade, because you know that you win against Malzahar, in the 1v1 you win, but you won't know if it's a 1v1 or not, right? And that's the thing that wards gives us and jungle tracking gives us. So when we are in the situation that we are able to trade with our opponent, if we track the jungler and we ward accordingly, we will have the information to know if he's going to be in this fight or not, basically. And that way we will take the fight or not. And now, if we take the fight, there's a 50% chance that he appears and you die, and there's a 50% chance that he don't and you win, basically. So that's what we call a coin flip fight, right? Because it can go wrong or good, depending on where the enemy is. But you can know that by doing some things before, right?
Yeah.
The first two, right?
Even if I was warding and I wouldn't jungle track, it probably wouldn't be effective because I would just place the wards in a random spot.
Right. For example, if you saw Olaf going this way, and you place a ward here, it wouldn't make sense, right?
Yeah, it's useless.
Yeah. Now, also, if you know that he's over here, you wouldn't be staying over here because he will be closer to you, right? And now, if you have if you know, let's say that you ward here, and he's on top of your ward, right? What you can do is make him lose time by going in, and when he's going in to you, you go back, and he goes back, and then when you go in, he goes in, and then so you waste his time by knowing where he is. So you can do a lot of things with this kind of information. Okay, so let's fast forward and see your next death, basically, because I'm worried about that, most likely. I mean, for the most part. Okay, let's see this. This was a very ugly trade. Okay, so Malzahar is a level 6, right? You are level 5. You have a big wave against you, right? Why do we go in? Why do we go in?
I mean, I was trying to clear the minions, but I didn't think about his R.
Okay, so you're not paying attention to the enemy. I mean, you know that Malzahar level 6 is his main source of threat, right? So you should be thinking about his level 6 when you are getting closer to that level 6. Let's say that you reach level 5, he reaches level 5. Now you have to think about when he's going to reach level 6. So you don't have to pay attention right now because you will know it beforehand. But now you're going in without thinking, basically. This doesn't make sense because if you're thinking about clearing the wave, you can't do this. If you go here, you will get all of these minions damage, and he will throw all of his abilities into you, and you will get chunked. There's no way. I mean, this doesn't make sense. I mean, do you think this is a good play?
No.
Okay. So, what were you thinking here? Basically, I don't know. So basically, you said that you wanted to clear the minions, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Not to let the minions crash into the tower.
Why?
not to lose farm.
Why would you lose farm if it crashes into your turret?
Uh, because I mean it's harder to farm under the tower, right?
Okay, but so I get that maybe you can lose these three because of the HP they have, right?
Yeah,
So you can like instead of going in, like throw a Q, like wiggle a little bit, and throw another Q, and you clear them, and then let this four crash into your turret, and you can farm them safely under turret. I mean, if you are struggling farming under turret, that's another problem. But you can't do this because you have a harder time farming under the turret.
I mean it's not really about struggling to farm under the tower. It's just that sometimes you can't clear some of the minions when there's a big wave under the tower.
Uh, yeah, but I don't think this is the case.
I'm not saying it's the case. Okay, it was just stupid.
Okay, okay.
Like I wasn't thinking right there. Okay.
Okay.
I won't even try to defend myself.
Hmm. Okay, so here's another thing that you should look for. So, um, right here, he's very low on mana, right?
Yeah.
So, can he do something if he doesn't have mana?
No.
No, right? Just auto attacks. So he's not really a threat when he's
Even
low on
if
mana.
he and no mana, he can't beat me still.
Right. And you will have your shield also. So in this spot, you have to think about, okay, um, I can try to all in him, or I can try to push the wave on the turret so he loses CS because he's a mage, right? A
Yeah.
mage is a struggle to farm on the turret without mana. Now, if we fight and don't manage to kill him, right, or make him low enough to so he backs off, we will have to spend more time crashing the wave, right? So I like the trade, but now I wouldn't look for an all-in. Instead, I will try to queue the whole wave, push it on the turret, make him lose a lot of CS. The wave will bounce, and we can take the recall after clearing these minions. So
Right.
in this situation, I would clear the minions, right? So I crash the wave, I recall, and while he's clearing the wave, right, the wave will bounce back. So it will push to us while we are backing from base with
Like,
more items.
killing him would give me a bigger advantage, I think.
Yeah, oh, that's true, but it's not guaranteed that we kill him because we can miss our skill shots, right? So I always put myself in that scenario. What if I miss my Q? Can you guarantee that you will land your Q?
No.
No, right?
I mean,
Unless you do an
you.
EQ, right?
I mean, you can press. I mean, you can learn to land most of the queues, but you never know if you want if you will land all of the queues, right?
Yeah. We
I
have
mean,
a way to guarantee it by using our E onto Malzahar and plus Q, right? But he's too far
yeah,
away. So in this situation, I would prefer to make him lose all the wave or part of it and recall, get all of my HP back, and get a good wave state. Because if we crash the wave now, this will reset. or bounce depending on the proximity of the next wave. So that
Yeah.
way, we are not winning right now, but we will win after we recall, because we'll have more items. We will reach to the lane faster than Malzahar, because he will have to stay here clearing this wave. So we will be arriving at the lane first. So we will be able to act first, basically.
All right.
It's a more safer play that can lead you into a gold advantage, because as you miss, same as you miss CS on the turret with Yasuo, he can miss CS with Malzahar on the turret, right?
Yeah, I mean, farming on Yasuo is under turret even pretty like, I mean, he has one of the best clears,
Yeah,
so
it's pretty easy, right?
yeah.
And since he has a lot of wave clear, we can, instead of trying to attack his HP, we can attack his mana. Because if he gets low on mana, he has to recall. When he recalls, we crash waves, we can get plates, or we can roam, right? We don't want
Yeah.
to necessarily kill him to win. So this is another way of playing the game. If you want to, you can avoid this guy actually, and get like free gold from all of these minions, and try to move around the map, right?
I mean, but is it really like uh, a good choice to just push him every time and not try to kill him?
I would say yes, because he will struggle farming on the turret as a mage.
I mean, he won't until he runs out of mana,
Yeah,
because
he will
with
eventually do.
Abby, he will eventually, yes, but then he can. I mean, yeah, I will be ahead in CS and XP,
Yeah.
uh, and I could roam. So yeah,
Yeah. I'm not saying that it's bad to kill him, but when there's is a low chance to kill him, you can opt for other plays to
all right.
get consistent income, right? For example, this kill is great because he doesn't have his shield, he doesn't have mana, and you landed your Q, right? He overstepped a little bit. So this is very good. I'm not saying this bad. This is very good. Mechanically is fine. You did your mechanics in a good way, right? Okay,
Uh,
so the wind wall doesn't destroy the axe.
I think I windwalled his Q there,
Yeah,
and the axe just stopped before the windwall. It didn't destroy the axe.
yeah, yeah. So we can confirm that. It's good to know that. But the main point is don't don't look for coin flip plays like the first death you had. That's the main thing, because the way your champion works is, as the longer the games goes, you will be stronger and stronger. So you are like a time bomb, basically.
Like a Jax?
Yeah,
Alright.
because you get your first power spike with one item, and then it only gets worse for the enemy. You will get more ID, more attack speed, more crit, more lifesteal. So the only thing you have to worry about is not to mess up, not to die in in weird spots, right? So um, I would like to stop here and like recap a little bit, because this is a lot. There's a lot of things you can do in the first, like, let's say 5 to 10 minutes of the game. So let's recap, okay? So every game from now on, you should try to jungle track, do some jungle tracking. right?
Yeah, and based on the tracking, I should ward in the appropriate places, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Now,
So I see Olaf going both sides, and I see Scuttle is up. I should ward the river on both sides.
uh, right. I mean, if you know that the enemy is going to be on both sides, and the scuttle is going to be up, right? Because it's closer to the 3 minutes and 15 seconds. You should water around that to have some information, right? And that
Yeah.
information will be letting you play more aggressively, right? And if he's going to gank you, you will know and you won't die. That's
All
the
right.
main problem with that you're having, from what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
Play accordingly, right? Yeah. So these are the three things you have to worry about, because mechanically you are good. That's not an issue. Now the only thing that I found that was very sorry to say that, but it was very stupid, was trading level 5 against a level 6 massacre with a wave
Yeah.
against you.
Okay. I wasn't thinking there.
Okay. Um, so before doing anything, try to think on the outcome, right? And why we do those things, right? This is the question. Why? Why do we fight? Why I'm pushing? Why I'm letting him push? All the things that you do,
I should just ask myself questions throughout the match, right?
yeah. Start by doing it slowly, and then with more practice, you will be like able to know what to do in each case. It's a thing of practice. So yeah, you can you can practice this on every game basically on the first minutes. Then you do whatever you like, but the main thing is to not die from not respecting the jungler. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Um, so yeah. So I will send you a screenshot of the the screenshot went like it seems like very bad. Oh, sorry. But okay, I can screenshot this. Uh, yeah. Did you receive the screenshot?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, what do you think about what we talked
I
about?
I mean, I think I learned a lot, to be honest. And I think I just need to take it step by step, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I will just try to improve my jungle tracking and wording for now, and then look for other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because if you do this, the game will look way easier, because you will be able to predict what the enemy is doing. So you won't take risky fights, basically. Your deaths will be way lower, at least for the laning phase. And then when you practice enough of that topic, right? Um, you will be able to learn from learn more things at the mid game. Let's say, like um, how to team fight properly. Maybe you're messing there some things, or I don't know. But yeah, try to focus on these things. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Any more questions you want to ask?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the advice.
Yeah, sure. I, I I hope that you find it useful.
Yeah, I will maybe DM you once I practice those
Okay. Okay.
and
So
how it goes in my rank games.
okay. Yeah. So let me
Alright,
know when you practice some.
alright.
Okay. Okay. Take care, man. See you soon.
See you.